Hey, so just a little update from the park in Berlin, and I have my little with me. I never really thought I'd be reading a Bible, and God knows how I've literally got to this point without a physical Bible. I mean, we have a couple at home, but I haven't picked one up for years since I was at school. And it does show that we can hear that voice, whether it's within, externally, without needing this. But this, I think there was a reason why I couldn't come back to this until later, because I know that it's been a bit messed with. So at the age of 33, I can finally kind of read it, zoom out and be like, what feels true, what feels controlling, what feels dominating, because they've completely wiped out the significance of Mary Magdalene in here, but I also feel that there is a lot of truth bombs in here and a lot of God's word, how to live in alignment with truth and God in the one. Like they say, the dark Satan, the devil, likes to take ultimate truths and twist them. So it's quite easy to kind of just like throw the baby out with the bathwater, be like, it's all a load of shit, but actually it's not. But this came to me when I was in Paris, so since then I've been opening it on different pages, and my life is literally playing out with like the Bible, so it's undeniable, really. Just coming in from a park in Berlin, and I've currently got £12 in my account, for the first time in my life, actually, since I was like younger and had to like rely on my mum for money, although I've always worked, like Saturday jobs and stuff, but like since I was like an adult, and like it's been quite a initiation the last 6 months. I've had it a couple of times where I've gone down to like having between 10 and 20 in my bank account and not knowing where I'm going to be staying after the day after tomorrow. That's happening currently now, so it's just like, and then I got the reminder and I was like, I felt the energies of like Sekhmet and Mary Magdalene. It's like, when you say yes to going on a ride with them, they really do take you on a journey. And I'm currently on day 2 of a fast, so I have had some honey, and I've been drinking a little bit of coffee. I drink my own shivambu, my own plasma urine, and I loop that. Luckily I have got my own room. I'm in a hostel, but I've got my own room, and I find I've been in a couple of hostels in France, and I get out of looping my urine and I start to like, my skin goes, and it's a whole thing. But being prepared for sure. It's an initiation, but I've got more than most. Like I walked along the river yesterday, down by this beautiful river, and there was a guy, bless him, he literally only had one leg and he had crutches and like one arm. He was just sat there with his like head in his hands, and I was like, okay, yeah, that brings it into perspective. It's like, I asked him if he was okay. Actually, I stopped. I was like, can I help you with anything? He was like, oh, just €1 would be amazing. Till I get back to my tent, and I was like, just have 5. So I gave him a bit of my change, but now I'm like, damn, I could really do with that change. I needed coffee, but no, it's okay. Like, I've got a room to go to. That guy's got a tent and like no leg. Come on. And there's like a voice in my head which is like, go home, just go back to Oldney, it's easy there, I've got Oldney week coming up. And then I'm like, no, I've said yes to this mission, whatever I'm doing. There will be a time to go home, but it doesn't feel yet. So at least I know I have that to go back to again. That's like a lot more than I'm sure a lot of people in this world right now. To know I have that to fall back on is a privilege, and I'm grateful for that. So, and I've got friends, of course, I could ring up if I really needed anything, I'm sure. So, but when I was meditating yesterday, the energy of Saint Germain came in, and it's interesting being in Germany. Saint Germain, Germain, and I asked, who are you? Who are you? And he said, I'm a noble man. And then I asked, who was your counterpart? And he said, Cleopatra. And it's interesting because since being here, I've seen 2 references to Egypt. I'm gonna quickly get my drink. My throat's a bit dry. This is like a green tea thing I've got going on, cold green tea, because I think I've got kettle in my room. It's alright, got this. But yeah, at first I doubted that answer, Cleopatra, because I was like, Saint Germain, Cleopatra, like, what the fuck, she's Egyptian. And I've read things about him being like a guardian over America in the USA, and I've just been in the USA. And then I also got the answer from him. He's like, I've been with you all your life, you know that. And I'm very happy with how you're doing. So he's obviously one of my guides, but he really, I think when you fast and you really are like I'm fully out of my comfort zone. I'm in a city I've never been in. I had no choice but to just go in, and it was like, whew, he was just there, and it was like undoubtedly his energy, and I felt so comforted by that. And when he said Cleopatra, and then it made me think of the two references I've seen. There's like a shisha bar, a big shisha bar with like a Egyptian pharaoh, big gold. And then like I'm by the river, which is like the Templehoffer street it's called. And I saw a restaurant called the Blue Nile. So yeah, there's little clues there as to the connections with Egypt. But I've just been in Rome, and there was like a huge pyramid next to St. Paul's. So I think the pyramids were everywhere. I think it's just a lot of them have been buried, destroyed. They weren't just in Egypt. The ones in Egypt are just the ones that have happened to survive and are maybe the most impressive. Obviously Mexico, I haven't been to those ones yet. And I'm sure many more that have either been discovered. Bosnia you've got. But yeah, it's quite interesting stuff, and I'm just going to keep going and trusting and having that faith, because God always comes through. The universe always has our backs, and sometimes it's at the last minute. And I'm really learning to not let other people's doubt and fear get to me, because although I know what I'm doing and I trust myself, it does affect you when there's other people who don't understand your journey, or who you can feel are criticising you, or behind your back. I can feel that. But I'm sure there's plenty of people who are doing the opposite as well. Yeah, luminosity wellness, the city with the lights, the light city. Yeah, look at this beautiful place I am. Very lucky to just be here right now. So it's all for something. It's all for something. May you feel that love, that ever surrounding, ever expanding consciousness of love that is accessible, free of charge. Yeah, update from the park. Not much else to say, which I think is a good thing. I'm not just going to ramble for no reason. But that's where I'm at, and I have a lot of trust for the future, what it's bringing. So even though the world is going a little bit crazy, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? Fear not. Best is yet to come. And the universe has your back. Trust yourself. Lots of love to you.